Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And a very good morning to everyone present here today. My name is Adilah from the class 1 Bintar, and I will be giving a speech about the 4 quotients in our daily lives. But what are the quotients and what are those quotients? The quotients are main things in our brains that can make us balanced people and leaders. We have 4 main quotients in our brains, and those are the IQ, the EQ, the SQ, and the AQ. And yes, I do understand that most of you do not understand what I say, but every counselor needs to know this. The purpose of me talking about this is to make us a better community. First of all, we have the IQ, also known as the intelligence quotient. This quotient is used for math problems, solving problems, and recognizing problems. It also depends on how intelligent or clever you are. We can easily earn IQ from knowledge because knowledge is power. It's also important because the more intelligent we are, the more problems we can solve. Secondly, we have the EQ, also known as the emotional quotient. This quotient is how you express your emotions and how you control them. This also depends on patience and sincerity. It's also very important because emotions bring a more united and healthy community to life. Thirdly, we have the social quotient, also known as the SQ. It depends on communicating and interacting. It's also very important because interacting and communicating prevents the community from being antisocial and also joins the connection of the community. And lastly, we have the AQ, also known as the adversity quotient. This quotient is used for how you recover or overcome your weaknesses or problems. If we don't have the AQ, we will fail and never succeed. Those are all 4 quotients of the brain, 4 quotients in our daily lives. And if you're interested, I can tell you some situations about them and how we use them. My first situation is facing your exams. When you're facing your exam questions, you're using 3 quotients, which are the IQ, the EQ, and the AQ. First of all, for the IQ, it's how you solve your problems. It's how you think about it often first. And for the EQ, it's for the patience, if you're feeling stressed, and sincerity, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to calm down. And for the AQ, it's how you to overcome your fear for the questions and anxiety for the exams. My second situation is greeting your guests. There are 2 quotients you use, which are the EQ and the SQ. The EQ is how you greet them with love. Well, love not just a word, but a feeling and emotion. Have you heard? And for the SQ, it's how you communicate with the guests. Now, my third situation is overcoming your homesickness. You do know we are all homesick often, and you all want to come back to home to feel the comfortable. Well, if you're doing that, you should stop being homesick with EQ and AQ. With EQ, you have to feel patient and sincere to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to calm down and overcome your stress. And for the AQ, it's how you feel strong again. And finally, Sekolah Seri Puteri is a magical place that molds innovative leaders of tomorrow. And so, to all princesses and putris of Sekolah Seri Puteri, you must remember 4 things in your brains, which are the IQ, the EQ, the SQ, and the AQ. And finally, for our conclusion, all quotients are very important for our lives and brains, so we can be balanced people and leaders and carry out a better life. And then I end my speech with wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.